Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here. Get ready for Gnosis. Well, here's another psychic training tool, which is based on the actual use of generally a lot of children's training tools, particularly preschool training games and so forth. You can use in many ways, and this is really a very cool tool to use for pendulum identification, and we're going to start with that first. And it also comes with a variety of different cards. These are nice laminated cards that have numbers and alphabets and other pictures. So this is really a fantastic dowsing and psychic identification tool to train yourself with. And remember, yeah, you all got psychic powers, but it's worthless because you don't know how to access it. We all have muscles too. We all could look like Ani, the dumb guy. Yeah. But you got to remember that it takes a mentally retarded reality to pump weights for hours and hours and to build that. And it takes a lot of discipline, takes a lot of dedication, and an entirely different lifestyle. So, yes, we can all do it, but it takes time. Nobody is psychically empowered to a high level without toning that, without building and pumping the psychic iron. You're going to pump that psychic reality. So the whole idea is that all of that is part of doing things properly. And there are many tools out there which people tend to neglect to do. But you can buy a lot of things very inexpensively, maybe find them in secondhand, Goodwill, Salvation Army shops. Or you can find them online, of course, and a lot of these preschool type tools to train children are very effective for you to use. And of course, some of these tend to be very expensive because people pay a lot of money to train their little boogers so they can be boogers when they get older. But the whole idea is that there's lots of things you can do. And it's always good to have a mask. This is just a sleeping mask. These can be gotten inexpensively online or through your favorite little shoppy. This, again, will turn off your visual senses. It allows you, to a certain extent, to set up things by yourself so you don't have visual remembrance of things. And it's a good way to turn off that sense. If you're going to sense things, it's always good to turn off your vision. So one of the big things that people do when they're doing pendulum work is they're staring at what they're doing. And of course, this means you're thinking your eyes are doing this? No. And that your eyes are confusing the energies. Another secret, people, just so many that I give out all the time. Okay. So the whole idea is that, and of course, you should surround yourself with those psychic empowerment energies, which is basically the Schumann type resonance. 7.8 to 8% has been proven to be the manifesting high-level energies that everyone goes into. Bob Beck, the famous researcher, went around the world with his biofeedback equipment and tested shamans, voodoo men, psychics, healers. Every one of them went into 8 hertz, which I believe is a portal energy, before they started doing their work. I don't think that's the energy that makes things happen, but it certainly is the portal you need to go through. So everyone should have that. One of the great ways to get yourself a Tesla watch like I wear all the time. These are great watches. They may or may not be available now to you. There's a limited supply of these, which you can get for very reasonable prices, and they're beautifully made watches. That's one way. It pumps 8 hertz into me 24/7 now. I'm so happy I got this. I've been using it for a few weeks, and I feel much better, and I noticed that my psychic abilities have dramatically increased. So if you do wear watches, which seems to me is important in living in a world where you have to keep appointments, the bottom line is that you should have one of these. It's a small investment for a lifetime of use. These watches last pretty much indefinitely, and they really are well made and beautiful. Nice big casing here, beautiful bands, and they seem to be extremely well made. and it's really a pleasure to wear it. So keeping that in mind, there's also our tube amplifiers that put out pure energies, and we even have regular 8 hertz generators that are inexpensive as well. So check into those. But let's get back to this. This is perfect for dowsing. Now, what you've got here is, 12 different places you can place things in. Now, what you can do here, and I'm sure everybody can get that kind of help, but if you don't have the help, you can do different things. One of the things you can do is get some different energies. Now, you can get coin batteries, which I can't find mine right now. You can place a battery in here, magnets. These are things that are good too. So you have a battery, which is electric energy. That's a great thing to sense. I've got one of our favorite tachyons. You just drop it in there. Here's a 4-leaf clover. So if you're going to set this up for somebody, this is kind of cool to have. So, find the 4-leaf clover. We have Find the Dragon kit. You can put that in here. Here's a special spirit empowered token from one of the most haunted places there are. There's no particular spirit here, but this is the Winchester Mystery House, which is known to be highly haunted. So you can have somebody place it in there, and then, of course, you just place all these back on here. Now, again, you could kind of do this with your blindfold on and don't remember where they are. But, we're all tricky and we want to be successful, so we try and do it. So it's better to have somebody else do this for you, cover it up and say, here, find it. Find the actual 4-leaf clover. This. So you would go over this and you would start going through every one. Is it here? And you're looking for a yes or no spin. And of course, this says it is here. Ooh, it is not. That's the coin. So this is what you keep going yes and no over. So you go through each one. I'm not trying to do this. I can't talk and concentrate at the same time. We're picking up these yeses here because I'm not so you ask yes or no. So is there anything under number 3 here? Yes or no? Oops. Concentrate here. So there's nothing here. That's right. Is there anything? That's what you ask first. Is there anything there? No. Then you go out, I believe there was something here. Yeah, okay. Is there something here? And you're going to get, obviously, a yes. Then you ask, which is it? And now you could put all sorts of stuff in there of your choice. You could fill each hole. You could just fill one hole. Find where there is something. So you could take everything out of here, and then you have to go through these 12 items and just find out where there is a item under. Then you can get more complicated. Well, where's the battery? Where's the tachyon? One of the ways to do this, I think you can move these around. Oops. Well, you can. And actually, they all shot out the bottom there because that's where the cards go in. But you could actually insert stuff here. I think. Let's see, that stuff kind of gets stuck in certain areas. But you could, there's many ways to do this. You have to play around with it. I'm just giving you quick examples here where you could actually move these around underneath yourself. And then if you had like one item in here, you could then find where that item closestness to. So it may be stuck up in this area, and you'd go over here, and yes, it actually is there because you can see part of it. And that's another way to go. You can do this psychically. Energy flows through the left and out the right. So you touch something, and you're pulling the energy in, and it says, is there something here? And then you can be definitive. Is the battery there? And of course, the whole idea is to make this kind of stuff easy to do and then get more hard, make it more difficult over time. And of course, that's the way you do things. You don't want to make things difficult that you keep failing because this is a bad program to your actual mind. So you want to make sure that you are understanding that this is easy to do, it's successful, and then build it up. It's like everything you do in life. You don't try and exercise and overdo it. You don't try and lift too much weight at one time. You build it up. Now, the other thing is that it comes with these kind of cards. Here's numbers and letters. Learning, it says learning goods here. Are those goods? Motions. Shapes. Toys. Dinosaurs, insects. Now, you've got all these different cards here, which are really cool. And what you want to do is, these can be set into the actual. And again, you want to make sure that you're not memorizing anything. So you put all your stuff on here, and these are designed to be matched to a degree. You're supposed to, so it works as a memory and a recall type game. And, you know, using these games as they were meant to be used are good trainers as well. You know, we get away from the basics. People have bad memories. They have bad identifications. Can you remember some? Let's go to the numbers and kind of show these. So you insert the actual card here at the bottom. You pick the one you want. They're printed on both sides, and you then insert the card. This is numbers, and it does stick out and say numbers. So what you want to do with these is you can use it as the game uses it. You're supposed to, here's number 4. Now, what you're trying to do is find number 4 and remember that this was number 4 to begin with. So it's one of those typical classic type games of memory. But what you want to do here is psychically, let's go to this 4 again. Now, there are 2 4s on this card. And you can use your pendulum to kind of locate where the other 4 is. Is 4 here, yes or no? It's saying no. That's right, that's 3, so it's not there. So what you would do is you go through all of these, and I'm not going to do it here. I don't think it's very interesting to look at, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. I can't concentrate and teach you at the same time. But you would go through each one of these and ask, is number 4 under here, yes or no? Yes is clockwise, no is counterclockwise. Yes or no, is the number 4 under here? No. 4 is not there. That is number 5. So that's what you would do to use that. As I said, you can use these different shapes. Here's that fun Winchester House Haunted coin, which has spirit contacts in it. You place that underneath there somewhere. Now, you could insert something like this, as I mentioned, kind of underneath here, and then spin it around. Where is it? And again, it's not going to be directly under a particular spot. Of course, that flipped over. I'll have to punch that out. But the whole idea is you go around and asking yes or no. Is it under here, yes or no? That says no. And I don't see the coin anywhere. And you're looking for actual, there it was above it, up in this area. That's what you would actually do to see it. But of course, you wouldn't lift it up like I did to show it to the camera. Well, what a little fun tool here. This is a really nice tool. It's in a wood box. It has these little actual discs you can pull out. It's all wood. This is plastic, I guess. And you can use it as a pendulum trainer. You can use it psychic training. These are the kind of things you must have and must use. So this is how you train yourself. As I said, you may find something similar to this. This can be found online. I'm not sure what this is called. I can't really find any names or who made it or anything else. I've had this for some time. But these are the great kind of things you look for online and Goodwill shops where you can get things inexpensively. But I hope you're understanding the concept here. It's a hunt and peck type of thing. There are a lot of games that have covers kind of like this, old board games. I've had some of these online and so forth. But this is a way you train yourself, and this is fun. And you want to make sure you're successful when you start off and when you end. And don't ever practice this too long where you burn your psychic powers out and get build in negative connections to the process. You do this as fun. You're not expected to be super psychic. This is not how life works. Most people can't perform at the job they've been doing for 20 years very well most of the time. This is a fallacy to think somehow psychics and people who are doing extreme ability things should somehow be better and more successful than the average person who doesn't even know if they're alive. So if you find out how bad most people do their jobs, you can understand the way of the world here. So we all need to understand that these are great tools. You may find lots of more. You can find things online, find things that are on sale, find things in Goodwill shops. We're going to be making a line of these to a degree in the future. But who knows? These kind of things people aren't too interested in, and so we don't really get too involved in this. We make more of the practical tools, but training yourself, building your psychic muscle, working out in the occult gym is how you will become successful. It's not just working with tools. That's the hard way. You're kind of doing it backwards. Well, to get the tool to work, you have to develop these different skills, so you go through huge amounts of failure. What you should be doing is pumping that psychic iron so that when you use your tools, you're focused, you're clear, and you manifest fast and effectively. If you try and work from the other way around, you tend to have a much greater failure rate, which is not good, obviously. So build your manifesting abilities up by building the muscle up. Then when you apply that muscle to your manifesting reality, you produce strong, effective results. Hope you enjoyed. More to come.